Welcome into the Beat Sessions, the place for all things music and where we do the listening for you. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. I hope you're all having an outstanding weekend. It's a weekend celebration. We're going to kick things off for July 14th with Kool and the Gang and this new album, People Just Want to Have Fun. This is their follow-up to 2021's Perfect Union, an album that I failed to cover for the channel. Sorry for dropping the ball on that, guys. It's a fun affair. I would recommend checking it out if you haven't heard it. As far as the studio count, most people are saying 25, 26. Some people are alluding to that 34 on the album cover there. I don't know if that is correct, but if you have some insight on that, feel free to share that in the comments. I just know that after 6 decades, there's nothing that's cooler than being Robert Kool Bell. This outfit, more than anything, their legacy is in the title of this record. People just want to have fun. And some people might look at that and say it's cheesy, or you're putting up barriers to ignore the problems of the outside world. I think at the heart and soul of this outfit, this record and all of their music over the years, people can write political music, write on social issues, do all these things, and I support it and I love it and I'm all about it. But I think there's something to be said about simply bringing people together from all walks of life. Because I know that in my life, I've had the privilege of DJing so many different events, weddings, a number of different marathons and running events. I've DJed backyard parties. I've DJed charity events. No matter what you're doing, you can always throw on Kool and the Gang, and people are always going to have a good time listening to Kool and the Gang. So that's important. I think that you read along to the lyrics here. These songs, they're all about the hook. They're all about the melodies behind those hooks, and they're not adventuring too far outside of that. The lyrics here fairly simple, and that's, again, it's not an issue. I think that the fundamental key to this band's success has been keeping it simple and keeping the music fresh and diverse. It's one of the funnest things about this record. You listen to it, and some might say it feels contemporary, it feels modern. I'm not going to say that. I would argue that when you listen to this record, that you're going to hear how timeless this band has been since their inception. They are a cornerstone of popular music. I can't imagine what popular music would be like without the existence of this outfit and everything that they've done, starting off as a jazz outfit, but then moving into funk and soul, Motown, R&B, hip hop. There's influences of reggaeton on this record, so many different world influences as well that I really enjoy. The pop element of their music is exceptional. This is a band that just makes damn good music. And at this stage in the game, there's really no reason for them to put out more music. But these songs, what I love, I think the biggest highlight here is that with Perfect Union, I think we all thought it would be the last time we would hear Ronald Bell on tenor saxophone. Thankfully, this is an album that has been years in the making, so this is another performance from him. It's exceptional to be able to hear him again. Dennis Thomas as well on the alto sax. We lost him in 2021. So to have one more performance from him, from both of these guys, being able to hear them together, makes this project really exceptional, in my opinion. Very important as well. Those are two guys that you talk about this band being a cornerstone of popular music. Those two guys were a cornerstone to this outfit for decades. And so losing them is immensely big, especially this band still touring, knowing that those guys aren't there. Those are big shoes to fill. I know a couple of people and have spoken to a couple of people that have seen these shows, and they say that they're a ton of fun. So, no doubt that the personnel that they brought in, would be able to perform well. But it's just sad. It's just one of those things that time will wait for no one. We were talking about local natives last week, and it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, especially when you make it to this stage in the game. And Robert losing his brother Ronald, these guys they're all brothers, in that musical world, but that's your actual brother. So I imagine it's just immensely difficult not having him there. But Robert's still working with George Funky Brown, produced this record. It's it's just I think it's a great run of songs that highlights everything that this band has built and done so well throughout the course of its existence. This is just a really cool band that the harmonies on this thing are fun. What I like about this double disc effort is that the first part of it really feels oriented as far as the high energy, the dance floor bangers, and the second half, if you find yourself in more of a mellow mood, I think that you could just flip that second disc once over and enjoy that. And that's cool. I like records that you can listen to them in their entirety, obviously, and they're great. But, depending on your mood, if you just, if I'm DJing an event and I just want to pull out that first record and throw on a few tracks, there's a number of songs that, I don't know if you're going to go out to the club this weekend and hear those songs. I mean, maybe some people have, remixed them a little bit. I think that's kind of sad. I think that there's songs that don't need to be remixed. I think that if DJs were brave enough to just throw them on, it'd be cool to see the response. I'd be interested to see how that would go down. But the second half of the record focusing a lot on just kind of a more mellow R&B feel, more of a jazz feel. So yeah, it's like Saturday morning, Sunday morning, you're making breakfast, you just want to chill out and listen to that second half. It's cool that the record can be experienced in that way. I'm pretty sure it's on back order, guys. So unfortunately, if you're wanting to order this wax, we're gonna have to wait. If I come across any information, I will keep you informed in the description. And if there's a link that I can post, I will do that as well. But this record, to sum it all up, is a celebration of, no pun intended, of a group of individuals that have really altered the music landscape. They've put an indelible mark in it, and in the best way possible, in a way that really has brought people together and has allowed people to have fun nonstop for over half a century now. That's so freaking cool. Leading off with Let's Party featuring Sha Sha Jones, right out the gate, you're going with that disco funk, bright synths. It's really catchy. The hook on this thing it is so good. I love the energy just coming with the heat. I think it's a great move on this project. Movie Star is, your second track. You got this vocal intro with big horns, thick driving bass. I'm really just loving what Robert's doing on this song there. Percussion is going to match that. And then, another song that it's really just carrying the energy off that first track, Let's Party. Your third song, People Just Want to Have Fun. I think I love the message there. Whether you might disagree with that, you might think it's cheesy, but I think ultimately that's what people want to do. They want to enjoy life and enjoy each other and just have a good time, especially in the last few years. Keeps that drive going for your third track. And like I said, this first disc, if you want to just throw this on at a party, I think it's something that you could pretty much listen to from start to finish on this first record. It's got this thick fuzzy bass that I'm loving. The bit of disco guitar, it's real light working in the background, is a nice element there. Great nuance. We Are the Party is your fourth track. Great balance of soul and disco on this song. I'm loving the dynamic there. A great beat, prominent guitar and big horns that are really bright on this song. It's I will say the production on the horns, I was disappointed in the production. It's a bit quiet. I would have liked to have had a little more prominence from those instruments there, but a fun song nonetheless. VIP is your fifth track, and this is where the record finally mellows out just a bit. The song comes at the right moment. It's got this R&B feel, definitely 90s driven. I feel, of all the R&B music that I've listened to in my life over the years, definitely that 90s R&B feel is at the core of this song. Na 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 is your sixth track, light acoustic guitar, a little bit of a reggaeton feel on this track, and I'm loving that element here. Some heavy guitar with light production, very sultry track, and it's nice to see them working in some different things, to see them still expanding on their sound. Obviously, the last 2 decades, globalization, the internet, there's so many things that all of us have experienced as far as just, new music, new art, new culture, all of these things. So I would say that's another exceptional thing about these guys continuing to make music, is that there's still stuff that that is out there that I imagine they want to play with, and they're working with all of it very well here. Go Get It is your 7th track, back to that disco dance flair. Nice movement in the record. The continuity to this point, really exceptional. Give Love is your 8th track. Got a little drum roll, and then right into this reggae style jam. It's the riff and the vibe has this really assertive appeal though. So think of, more of kind of that call to action, that definitely that more political kind of reggae. I mean, I feel like reggae for the most part has always been very politically driven, but there's an intense feel to this song that I really enjoyed, and I found it to be the highlight of the track. I Want It All, your 9th song, is back to that sultry R&B feel. I'm really loving the female vocal and the harmonies from the female and the male vocals on this track. The harmonies on all of these songs are pretty fun and exceptional, but there was something about I Want It All that it just really stood out to me. Heaven's Gift is your 10th track, little breakbeat, flamenco guitar on this thing. And it's going to become kind of prominent on the back end of this record, which I really enjoyed. This song has just the feel of a hot desert night. And holy crap, if you're in Arizona or near it at all, it is so hot here and it hasn't rained yet. The monsoons haven't kicked in, and it's just, it's not like sweltering East Coast humid here, but it's kind of brutal, waiting for that Heaven's Gift to come down here in the desert, and I'm going to crank that song the moment we get that first rain for sure. Obsidian is your 11th track, blending a little more of that flamenco guitar with contemporary jazz. I like the dynamic here. Guitar on this song is awesome. Definitely the highlight. Really enjoyed that. For the Woman in You is your 12th track, breezy acoustic guitar, a bit more of that flamenco work and R&B. The horn work is great at the end of the song. I really enjoyed that element of it. My Weakness, your 13th track. Bright horns usher in this R&B song with a lot of pop flair. It's got a little bit of hip hop working into it as well. Your penultimate song, That's What I Love About You. I like this move. You get this acoustic guitar and piano that makes for this sultry intro. The horns hit, and then you think it's going to kind of go to this intense place, but then it pulls back, and you just get this great R&B jam. Just nice, mellow, slow jam that really leads to your final track, the highlight of this thing, in my opinion, 99 Miles to JC. Drum intro, bright synths, and then, you're getting that saxophone element that's working in there. This song, it's a big old, it's like over 7 minutes long. You're getting to, really just see the guys do their thing in the brass section, and, rest in peace to Ronald and to Dennis. This song, it's really cool to just see it showcase their abilities, their chemistry together. This song, and I mean this album in its entirety actually, was recorded live. These guys, they made the effort, committed to really just stringent safety protocol during that lockdown phase, decided to come together, and the energy it just pours off this thing. You can feel it, and you can especially feel it in this song. I really like there's a moment where like the keys are the highlight. I really like that piano element on the track, but just the organic nature of this jam and knowing what it represents now, not having those two guys in the outfit anymore. It's my favorite track, and ultimately, if it ends up being the final song in the Kool and the Gang catalog, well, damn it, I think that it's appropriate, and that's right where it belongs. This is a vinyl please for sure. A big fun project. So much going on. Captures just the spirit of this outfit and everything that they've done so well for 6 decades. And I really hope you enjoy this record. And like I said, as soon as we find out some information on the wax here at the channel, we'll post that up for you. But in the meantime, you can stream this thing, enjoy it over the weekend. Hope you find this review helpful. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and do all of the things to help us blow this project up in 2023. Stay tuned throughout the week for more album reviews. See you next time on the Beat Sessions.